Welcome, Player 1. Please insert coin to play.
Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion on a much cooler day here in the UK. Yes, the summer seems to have disappeared again. That's how it is. We don't have seasons anymore. It's either hot, it's cold, and there's nothing in between. Oh, wet. Wet is the other thing. Anyway, today I bring you joy. I bring you Zeta Wing 2, or Zeta Wing 2. We had this problem in the first game. I don't know how to pronounce it. Zeta, whatever. But Sarah Jane Avery, if you're watching this, maybe you can put me to rights. But here we are, the sequel to end all sequels. Zeta Wing 2. I'm going to go with Zeta Wing. But it's probably Zeta Wing. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I just know that the game's bloody good. Because look at it with your eyes. Because looking at it with your nose would be, quite frankly, strange. Anyway, here we are. So graphically, it's not leaps and bounds ahead of the first game, but look at the different levels that we've got here, different layers that we've got here. Absolutely fantastic. Gives a real nice depth perception here of how high you're actually flying, which is really nice. That is kind of a thing that you didn't really see in the first game, or at least I didn't in the gameplay that I had the last review. However, this is great, and I love the fact that you've got enemies coming up from below. So they're actually pixelized and coming up through the ground, getting bigger. That is really nice feature, to be fair. Lots of things happening on screen with no slowdown, and I just got hit by a missile. That was silly. Anyway, so you can see again that your weapons downgrade when you get hit. You don't actually lose them, which is great. So it's sort of like the first one, but on steroids. So that is a massive compliment, because the first game got a 10 out of 10. This game, if I could give it more than a 10, I would, but there you go. Give an indication of where this is going. But graphically, it's superb. What a great looking game. And again, it's got that arcade feel to it. It's very cool. The controls are responsive, which we'll go on to in a few minutes. But we're looking at everything at the moment. Animations are very nice, very smooth. The graphics on the ship are really nice. You can see the little afterburner there on the back. There's lots of different things to watch out for when you're playing. But sometimes you don't get to do that while you play. So sometimes it's good to sit back and watch a review, because you know what? You pick up more when you watch a game than you do when you play it. You're so focused, and I'm focusing more on the play than I am anything else. But I can sort of pick out things as I'm going, so there you go. But it's not easy to play and review at the same time. Now, this is a cool boss. I like this. It's kind of similar to the first boss in the first game, but this one has spat out a junior version of itself, which is now spitting out lots and lots of mini versions of itself. Yeah. So here we are. Stage 1 has been cleared, so we're going to carry on with stage 2 and see how far we can get. So what I'm going to do is similar to what I normally do on a review, is once I get to a certain point, I'm going to call it time, but then if there's any footage left over for you to watch, I will do that, and I'll put the volume up a little bit so that you can check it all out without me over the top of it for you, and then you can make up your minds whether or not you want to go and purchase the game. I will, of course, leave the website in the description for you to go and have a look at. I thoroughly recommend that you do that, because these authors like this just really could do with the support. Oh, it's those bloody things. Right. So you're going to see enemies that were in the first game. Those suicidal little gits that got me the last time are still in the game. Oh, joys of it all. The upgrade system is pretty much the same, but instead of sort of power things, you now get stars. Again, with the UI, it's very minimal, which is great. So in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see how many lives you've got. And I'm not sure what the bar is above that. Oh, that's your upgrade bar. I see. So every time you get a star, it shows you how close you are to your next weapon upgrade. That's really good. I don't know if it was in the first game. I was too busy getting killed. No, actually, I didn't do too badly. But yeah, this is... Oh, God's sakes. I'm really not focusing today. But, we'll carry on going. We'll reload the game and all that jazz. But there we go. You can see the bar moved up as I grabbed the star. And hopefully this one, yeah, you see the weapon is now upgraded. Oh, for crying out loud. Let's just write this one off as a as an experience. We'll come back to it. But 4th place on your first go. That's not too bad, is it, Richie boy? No, it isn't. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But we can do better because we need to beat Mum, whoever that is, and then we'll carry on. So you can save your high scores to the disc as well. That's another nice feature. Always good to come back to and see your hard work paying off. So there you go. So let's hit that start button and we will carry on. So we've covered the graphics now. They are absolutely fantastic, very arcade-like. The only thing I've always had with the C64 is the colours always look a little washed out to me, and that's from genuine hardware as well as emulation. Because obviously emulation tries to get as close to the system as it used to, and unfortunately it does do that. Now I think with emulation you can change the colour schemes a bit to more of your taste, but you know what, I like to try and keep it as lifelike as possible. Because you don't want to be playing a game on the C64 and going, hang on a minute, this doesn't look anything like the game that was played on there because the colours are different. So I try and keep it as genuine as I can for everybody. And if you're interested in emulation, then WinVice is probably one of the better emulators to go for. Although you do have Denise, which is a good one, and there are a couple of others as well. But if you research them, you'll find one that you like and stick with that. You want one that's easy to use, nothing that takes 6 years to set up. But there you go. Anyway, back to the game. So we're going to look at controls now because they're nice and simple. Up, down, left, right will scroll you across the screen in those 4 directions, and then you have got your fire button. Now, the game has automatically now got auto fire as a standard default, which is great because you had to enable it in id1. You can turn it off, but by default it's on, which is great because it means you don't have to forget about it. And it makes the game a lot, I wouldn't say easier, but it just means that you can hold your finger on a fire button and don't have to worry about anything else, which is quite nice because there's going to be enough to worry about on the screen to get to sort of avoid and everything else. So the less you have to worry about, the better it is for your gameplay. But yes, the controls are there, they're nice and tight, they work nicely, they're very responsive. So A+ for on that one, which is brilliant. So it's ticking all the boxes, isn't it, this game? It's certainly an improvement over the first one, and that I didn't think that was going to be one to beat, but by God, this has absolutely just kicked its predecessor in the testicles. And you know, that's how sometimes sequels go. Sometimes they're better, sometimes they're not, and that you know, that goes for movies as well. Anyway, I digress. So sound and music, again, it's just amazing. You have both sound and music. Oh, I don't know what just happened then. Oh, I see. Yeah. Sorry, I collected a bomb earlier on. I think if you get hit, it takes the hit rather than your ship. So that's quite a nice. That's quite a nice feature. Anyway, we're back with the boss again here. I like the way that you can't just hide. You know, it does spit things out in all directions. So it's not like you can just hide in a corner, which is a good tactic for old retro games. Hide in the corner where the boss can't get you. Nah, that just doesn't wash with games like this. They're too intelligent. But absolutely fantastic, and I love it. Absolutely love it. It's just an arcade shoot 'em up that's got amazing quality. I was corrected in the comments where yesterday, when or the day before yesterday, when I uploaded Zeta Wing 1, that I said that there's a lot of nods to different games. Well, Gemini Wing is what it's actually based on, apparently. So thanks for the correction on that one, Mr. Phantom. I do appreciate that. Always. From your point of view, my friend. Thank you very much for that. But yeah, Gemini Wing is what these games are homage to, apparently. But again, you can always pick out things from other shoot-'em-up games if you so wish. It's kind of a genre that you can pick and choose. Oh, that's from that game and that's from that game. Oh, I recognise that from that game. That's obviously a homage to that one. But there you go. But this is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Love it. There's some cracking games on the C64 at the moment. Pig's Quest is another one which I really want to look at as well. that hopefully bring to the channel at some point soon. But if you've got any C64 games you'd like me to look at, please leave a note in the comments, and I will certainly do my best to have a look at them for you and bring them to people's attention. If you're a developer and you've got games you'd like me to preview for you and give you a nice little bit of coverage for your upcoming games, let me know. Get in touch. I'm not hard to find. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter, or well, X now, isn't it? Bloody X. No, it's always Twitter. It's always going to be Twitter. So there. And so say all of us. So playability, absolutely on the money. This is a game that if you had in the arcades, then you would be pumping quarters, credits, 10p's, 50p's, whatever you want to do into the machine just to get yourselves some gameplay out of this. I really hate those suicidal little gits. Every time they get me. Every time. But yeah, playability is absolutely on the money. You wouldn't mind sitting down for a good couple of hours with this one and enjoying the experience. And replay value also comes hand in hand with that, because obviously if you're enjoying a game, then you will come back to it again and again and again. No matter if you finish it or not, it's one of those games that you will come back to. How many of you finished games back in the day and then shelved them for forevermore? I didn't, because games weren't exactly cheap then. They're not cheap now, so why would you shelve a game? Go back and play it again. You know, you don't know what you might miss. But there you go. That's my take on it. And age rating, well, pretty much any. Again, it's you know, it's got a nice learning curve. So it's good for adults, it's good for little uns, it's good for everybody else. Oh, look at this boss. Oh my god, what's that supposed to be? I don't actually want to know the answer to that. It looks like it's got the head of an ant, and now its head's fallen off. And now it's spitting at me. Oh, I see. We've got to wait for it to open the vulnerable area. I see. But all in all, Zeta Wing 2 is an absolute blast. So if this review hasn't encouraged you to get it, I don't know what will. Please have a look at it and go and support Sarah Jane, because she's done an absolutely awesome job on this one. And I hope you all enjoy it. And if you have played this one before, let me know in the comments. And if you plan on getting it now, let me know in the comments. Always available in the comments, guys, and I always reply to you. Might not be straight away, but I always reply to you. So thank you ever so much for tuning in. I'm going to leave it there and give you guys a little bit more footage with some with no commentary. I hope you've enjoyed the review as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. This has been Zeta Wing 2 on the Commodore 64. I've been Rich, this has been the Games Arcade, and I'll catch you very soon. And as usual, it's bye for now. Bye.